What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Lenovo Legion Go S with SteamOS and the Z1 Extreme chipset, and today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Liminal Shift. Wait, did I say gameplay video? Well, we have a gameplay video for you today. Sometimes I say it right before the whole spiel about it being a Lenovo, and sometimes I say it after. I don't remember. Either way, we have a gameplay video for you on the Lenovo here. We're going to go with Liminal Shift today. Now, so far, the Steam Deck has only been the only odd man out. Now, I want to know, is it too weak, or is it because of SteamOS? This will be a perfect candidate, because other than SteamOS, it should be a carbon copy of the Allies. A little more RAM and everything, but we've seen that doesn't really help versus the white Ally versus the X too often. But it can smooth out frame times and stuff, and there are some games that just use way too much RAM, although I still stand by most of those games are just going to run like garbage on all the handhelds, just straight up. Besides those crazy expensive 365 or 395 AI ones. That one can play pretty much anything at 1080p and give you playable FPS. But it costs like $2,300, so I'd recommend most people just get a fucking laptop at that point and smoke that thing. But hey, some people want a handheld that powerful, and bam, it's coming. And I might get that Ion Neo Next thing that's coming out. That's probably gonna be like $3,000, but I think that would be like the end-all tablet or handheld. Anyway, enough blabbery. It is time for the gaming. Well, this seems to be another game that doesn't really like SteamOS, because I feel like we were still getting a little bit more FPS. Not like major FPS, but I feel like we were still in like the 30s and like the high 30s and like mostly low 40s actually on the Allies when we were going through this first little house in the beginning. But maybe I'm just misremembering. It's still playable. It's just not as good as the Allies. Well, all right, now we're going to do 720p high settings, and funny enough, now it seems like it's getting closer to the FPS the allies were getting when we were on high. So, yeah, it just seems like one of those situations where SteamOS just doesn't like this game. And it sucks. Some games run better on here. Some games run much worse. And some games refuse to work at all on SteamOS. But anyway, let's go get back on into that game. Well, alright, let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay now. And I'm lost again. There's just one way out of here, as usual. And you can tell because the door's like knocked off. Its hinges. I think there's like a mannequin right next to it too. Ah, shoot. Nope, it's kind of like that though, but the door will be off the hinges, so I know that's not it. And I think I already got fooled by that one once too. Oh, nope, this is the way it's with both dead ends. I don't think there's any way to go either way here. Nope. Now, what about through the thing? I've never tried going, like, crouching down through here. Alright, we're back. I had to help the Mistin out. She was a mewing. Not sure if you guys could hear or not. And Misty will always take priority over YouTube videos. I don't know, it always pisses me off seeing those streamers like abuse their animals when the animals just want to come hang out and want some loving. And it's like, no, I'm gonna throw you across the room, I'm trying to stream. And then they get all mad when people get mad at them. I'm like, dude, people don't like animal abusers. Sorry. That's why everybody's pissed off at that Hassan dude, because you shocking the fuck out of his dog. Or at least that's what it sure looks like. Who knows if he actually did or not, but it sure looks like it. All the evidence points to yes, but it's not like I was there watching, so I can't sit there and say, yes, 100%. Man, I am lost as fuck in here. I know the door is off. Well, I already came this way. Let's not go that way. Let's try going off to the other side here. Ooh. This kind of looks familiar. Like this area over here. Although it might just look familiar because I've ran around so many dang times. No, that's where I crawled out, I think. Yeah. So no, never mind. That's probably why it looked familiar, because that's where I crawled out after thinking I was stuck. There's some trash bags. Let's go on this way. There we go. pretty good progress this time around. On the Allies, it took me almost like 10 minutes, or over 10 minutes on one to do it. I think this was like 6 or 7 or something like that, because I had to stop. I don't remember. This one's not exactly a correct time, since I had to stop and help the little one. She got caught with some of one of the 2 cloths she wouldn't let me clip last night. I'm like very gentle, but she just went apeshit, like she got super pissed. And I'm like, okay. You're acting like I'm sitting there like stomping your foot or something with my hand. It's like, no, I would never do that. I don't know. Maybe she's just really tender on there for some reason. I don't know. All the little chairs are getting some advice from the big chair. Yeah, you seem pretty happy there. Alright, we'll see you later. Alright, and we've made it to the pool rooms. But yeah, this game definitely does not like SteamOS. I think that's the main thing. Because we're even dropping down to 32 here. I don't remember dropping that low on the Allies. I thought it was still in the 40s here. Either way, let's go wrap this video on up, shall we? Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Liminal Shift. And it seems like on 720p, you seem to get just barely playable FPS at some spots. And then 40, 50 other spots, but definitely didn't seem to be doing anywhere near as good as the Allies. So the game obviously does not like SteamOS very much. I don't know, the Steam Deck might still be too weak, even if it was running Windows or something, but still. Now I think we have our answer. That's what I said. Some games like SteamOS, some games hate it. And this seems to be one of the ones that does not much like it. It's not like loathsome because it doesn't like make it unplayable, but definitely was not as enjoyable as it was on the Allies this time. But I'd say that's about that for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.